This week, New York Post sports columnist Steve Serby talked with Mets slugger Daniel Vogelbach, who the Mets acquired in a trade with the Pirates last month. Now Steve will talk with me about Vogelbach in his latest Q&A. Steve, how you doing, man?
Good, Dex. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Can't complain. Glad to talk to you in another Sundays with Serby. And Steve, I was at Citi Field the other night, and in his first at-bat, Vogelbach got quite the ovation from the crowd. He hasn't been here in New York that long, but is he already becoming a fan favorite?
Yeah, he's become kind of a folk hero, Babe Ruth light, or in his case, maybe not so light, but he reminds me of John Kruk, the ex-Philadelphia slugger. He looks more like a guy who should be lining up next to Mekhi Becton at Jets camp. Remember Charles Barkley? They used to call him the mound round of rebound. Well, Vogelbach is in a lot better shape than that, but he says this isn't about me. This is about helping the Mets win a World Series. And he's a guy who was an all-star in 2019, and he got tremendously humbled because a year later he was DFA'd, and he began to question himself. But now he's back, and he's back hitting Vogel bombs, and Mets fans will love that.
Yeah, the Mets fans are loving him right now. That is absolutely for sure. Now, you talked about Vogelbach's weight, and you spoke to him about his weight, right? Is being a larger player something that he's always been comfortable with? And does his size factor into his rising popularity here with the Mets faithful?
Well, I think Vogelbach was one of those guys who was big when he was little. He's 6 foot, 270 pounds. The highest he ever got was 295 pounds, but he's in good shape. He works out feverishly over the offseason. He's not here to prove people wrong. He tries to prove himself right. He's a great teammate. He loves his teammates. He's great in the locker room. He embraces the DH role. And he just says, I'm just here to play baseball. But I think he's missing the boat. I think he should be doing cheeseburger commercials and maybe establishing his own Vogelbach grill the way George Foreman did. But he's just happy being Vogelbach, the baseball player. So more power to him.
More power to him, but it sounds to me a little bit, Steve, like you might want to be his agent. You know, you got some marketing and commercial opportunities from there. I think you should maybe think about moving into that space.
Well, I'm very happy doing Sundays with Serby with Dexter Henry. That more than pays the bills. And by the way, were you cheering for him at the Met game Friday night?
I mean, listen, I cheer for everybody in New York sports. So yes, he got a little cheer from me. Yes, I'm rooting for him.
Well, I'm just curious. What do you think of Vogelbach?
I think he's good. I think he's an interesting player. I think that it's nice when the fans have someone like him to get behind and rally behind, kind of like Bartolo Colon was for the Mets fans a couple years ago. I always think that's nice. Right,
but he's in better shape than Bartolo ever was.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're not here weight shaming anybody, but yes, he absolutely was. Either way, the Mets fans love him, and the fans are also going to love Steve Serby's Q&A that is out with Daniel Vogelbach. Check that out. Steve, thanks for joining me.
Dex, thank you. Always a pleasure.
Always.